Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We'll read from Canto 9, Celestial Dynasties, chapter number 10, Lord Ram. Mukam Karoti Vachalam, Pangum Langate Kirim, Yat Kripa Tamam Vande Shri Gurum Deen Tarinam Parmananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Chapter 10 is Lord Ram. Shukadev listed the generations of kings succeeding Khatwang until he reached the fourth king Dashrath. He said, prayed for by the gods, the Supreme Person directly appeared with his expansions as Dashrath's four sons, Ram, Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughna. O king, the pastimes of Lord Ramchandra and his wife, goddess Sita, have been described by great saintly persons in the epic poem Ramayana. I shall summarize his activities because you have heard this many times. To preserve his father's promise, Ram gave up his right to the throne and along with Sita went barefoot into the forest. During his exile years, Ram was accompanied by his younger brother Lakshman and the monkey Hanuman. These two were the source of great solace to the Lord. While in the forest, he disfigured the Rakshasi Shurpanakha by cutting off her nose and ears. Soon after this incident, the Rakshasas stole Sita. Ram set off to find her and became angry with the ocean when it would not part to let him rescue Sita. Frightened by the Lord's anger, the ocean god suggested he build a bridge of stones across his waters. Subsequently, Ram and his army reached Lanka, the Rakshas capital, and he killed their king Ravan. Shukadev bowed his head in reverence and with folded palms added, "May that Supreme Lord Ramchandra protect us all." Parikshit said, Lord Ram's pastimes are extremely relishable even though we have heard them many times. Kindly relate them in more detail. Shukadev agreed. Let us start from when he protected Vishwamitra's sacrifice, which Rakshasas constantly defiled. Then at Vishwamitra's request, Ram, accompanied by his brother Lakshman, defeated those powerful demons. Vishwamitra then accompanied the two brothers to Mithila to attend Sita's Swamvar. Her father, King Janak, had stipulated that successful suitor must lift and string Shiva's mighty bow, which was so heavy it took 300 men to move. Like a baby elephant easily lifts a piece of sugarcane, similarly, Lord Ram picked up the bow, strung and bent it, breaking it in the middle. Thus, amid the many heroes who had come to her Swamvar, Ram attained Sita, who was as qualified as him in beauty and character. Indeed, she is the goddess of fortune who forever resides on the Lord's chest. As the couple left Mithila for Ayodhya, Parshuram accosted Ram, considering him a mortal Kshatriya. Parshuram had defeated all the world's warriors and in 21 successive battles. But when he challenged Ram, he was defeated. Many years previously, King Dashrath had promised his youngest wife Kaikeyi 2 boons the night before coronation. She claimed them both. She first asked that her son Bharat be coronated instead of Ram, and then that Ram be exiled to the forest for 14 years. Desiring to honor his father's promise, Ram entered the forest with Sita, giving up his kingdom, opulence, friends, and everything else with the same ease that a liberated soul gives up his material body. Although Ram lived simply and austerely like an ascetic in the forest, he always carried his invincible bow and arrows. One day, Ravan's sister Shurpanakha saw Ram and became overwhelmed by lust. Desiring him, she became jealous of Sita and attacked her. Ram did not wish to kill a woman, so he ordered his brother to deter her by cutting off her nose and ears. Thus disfigured, Shurpanakha went to her brothers Khara, Trishira and Dushana and demanded they avenge her. They attacked the two exiled princes with an army of 14,000 Rakshas warriors, all of whom were single-handedly slain by Ram. Shurpanakha then went to Lanka to complain to her eldest brother, the 10-headed Ravan. Hoping to incite him to fight Ram, she described Sita's beauty. His mind agitated by lust, Ravan decided to kidnap Sita. He ordered his underling Marich to assume the form of a golden deer and lure Ram away from his hermitage. When Sita saw the deer, she asked Ram to capture it. Thus Ram left his hermitage and followed the animal deep into the forest. Unable to capture it alive, he killed it with his bow. Ravan cunningly arranged for Lakshman also to leave Sita's side, and then he kidnapped the Videha princess just as tiger seizes unprotected sheep in the shepherd's absence. Subsequently, Ram, greatly pained by the separation from his beloved wife, wandered through the forest, searching for her, accompanied by his brother Lakshman. Parikshit said, Lord Ram is the supreme personality of Godhead. How could he have suffered because of his wife's absence? Shukadev replied, he wanted to show married men the difficulties associated with being attached to a woman. However, he was not suffering, he was putting on a show. Persons with spiritual vision know Krishna never experiences miseries like us. During Sita's abduction, Jatayu, a powerful but aged vulture, tried to protect her, but Ravan sliced off his wings. When Ram and Lakshman returned to their hermitage and found Sita missing, they also found Jatayu lying half dead in a pool of blood. In a weak voice, Jatayu said, O Ram, the godly Sita and indeed my life have both been snatched away by Ravan. I flew to her assistance and fought with the demon. Although I smashed his chariot and killed his horses, he finally cut me down. Understanding that the valiant bird had laid down its life for his sake, Ram wept. He said, King of birds, you will attain unsurpassed realms of happiness. Never again will you take birth in this mortal world of pain and suffering. After performing Jatayu's funeral ceremony, Ram and Lakshman set out to rescue Sita. During the travels, they killed the demon Kabandha and befriended Hanuman and Sugriv of the Vanar monkey race. Ram agreed to help Sugriv by killing his brother Vali. Once Sugriv had replaced Vali as the king of the Vanars, he ordered the Vanar monkeys to search out Sita. The search party led by Hanuman discovered that she had been taken across the ocean to Lanka. When informed of this, Ram led the Vanars to the ocean beach. Ram wanted the ocean to part and make way for his army to cross over to Lanka. He petitioned the ocean deities' cooperation of fasting for 3 days and nights. When he was ignored, he glanced angrily at the ocean. Just this glance created fear in all the ocean's inhabitants, including the sharks and crocodiles. Anxious to pacify the Lord, the ocean deity quickly appeared and worshipped Ram. The ocean god said, O all-pervading supreme person, I am dull-minded and did not understand who you are. Now I see that you are the unchanging and original personality of Godhead. You are the master of the 3 modes of nature, from which arise the gods, the Prajapatis and the Rudras. My Lord, you can do as you wish with my water. Indeed, you are welcome to cross it to reach the abode of Ravan, a great source of suffering for the 3 worlds. Despite being the son of sage Vishrava, he came from him like his urine. You will surely kill him and regain your wife Sita. Although my water presents no impediment to you, please construct a bridge over it. By so doing, you will spread your transcendental fame. Ordered by Ram, the Vanars tore off mountain peaks and hurled them into the ocean. By Ram's grace, the rocks floated and created a bridge. Meanwhile, news reached Lanka of Ram's impending attack in Lanka. Ravan's youngest brother Vibhishan pleaded with him to restore Sita to her husband. When Ravan ignored his advice and threatened him with death, the pious Vibhishan joined Ram. With his help, Ram's army breached Lanka's defenses. After entering Lanka, the monkey soldiers swarmed all over the city, wreaking havoc led by the powerful chiefs like Sugriv, Neel and Hanuman. They destroyed the crossroads, public platforms, flagstaffs, assembly houses and golden domes. The city of Lanka appeared like a river disturbed by a herd of elephants. When Ravan saw the devastation caused by the monkey soldiers, he called out for his powerful generals, including his sons. Undeterred, Ram ordered his powerful monkeys and bears to attack the well-armed Rakshasas. The monkey army defeated Ravan's ill-fated troops by hurling uprooted trees and mountain peaks. Some in Ram's army were armed with clubs and arrows. When Ravan saw his army, which was condemned by Sita's anger, being annihilated, he became senseless and with rage mounted on his aircraft, which was decorated with flowers. He rushed at Ram. The Lord stood upon the effulgent chariot brought from the heavens by Indra's chariot driver Matali. Ram angrily rebuked Ravan. You are the most abominable of the man-eaters. Indeed, you are like their stool. You resemble like a dog. For as a dog steals food from the kitchen in the householder's absence, you kidnap my wife in my absence. Therefore, as Yamraj punishes sinful men, I shall punish you. You are sinful and shameless. Therefore, I, whose attempts never fails, shall kill you. With these words, Ram released his infallible arrow, which pierced Ravan's heart like a thunderbolt, spitting blood from his 10 mouths. Ravan fell headfirst from his aircraft, just as a pious man falls to the earth from the heavenly planets when the results of his pious activities are exhausted. His tumultuous, striving soldiers raised a tumultuous sound. His surviving soldiers raised a tumultuous sound, crying, "Alas, alas, what has happened? What has happened?" With their leader slain, they fled the battlefield. Headed by Mandodari, Ravan's senior wife, all the women whose husbands had fallen in the battlefield streamed out of Lanka seeking their dead husbands' bodies. When they saw their bloodied corpses, they struck their breasts in the affliction and wept loudly, sounding like so many kurari birds. The women embraced their husbands' bodies and cried piteously in voices appealing to everyone. Mandodari lamented, "O Lord, O Master, you epitomized trouble for others, and therefore you were called Ravan." So now we know the meaning of the word Ravan, one who epitomizes trouble for others. One who causes others to cry. Now we are crying, for without you we have no shelter. Since the enemy has overturned the state of Lanka, where shall we go? Mandodari bemoaned her husband's uncontrolled lust, which blinded him to the power of Sita's curse. For insulting the chaste Sita, your body is now fit to be eaten by vultures, and your soul is fit to go to hell. Vibhishan, Ravan's pious brother, was keen to save his dead kinsfolk from descending into hell. Thus he asked Ram's permission to perform their funeral ceremonies. Ram then sought out Sita and found her sitting in a small cottage beneath its tree in Ashoka Grove. Ram's heart melted with compassion to see how emaciated and she had become, but her face bloomed with happiness when she saw him. Realizing that his period of exile had ended, Ram prepared the return to Ayodhya with his wife, brothers Sugriva and Hanuman. But first he gave Vibhishan the power to rule Lanka for 1 kalpa, or a day of Brahma. As they flew into Lanka, they saw that the roads leading to Ayodhya were lined by the world's royal orders and the gods. Spotting Lord Ram and his entourage, the kings and princes showered him with beautiful fragrant flowers, and the gods, headed by Lord Brahma, jubilantly glorified the Lord's pastimes with choice prayers. Ram inquired after Bharat and was informed that in absence Bharat ate only barley cooked in cow urine, dressed in tree bark, kept his hair matted, and slept on a thin layer of kusha grass. On hearing this, the merciful Lord was overcome with compassion. When messengers told Bharat that Ram was approaching Ayodhya, he hurried to greet him, carrying Ram's wooden sandals on his head. On his head, he was accompanied by ministers, priests, and other respectable citizens, as well as by the professional musicians playing delightful songs and by Brahmins reciting Vedic hymns. Following the procession were chariots drawn by beautiful horses with harnesses of golden rope and decorated with golden embroidered flags of many sizes and patterns. There were soldiers in golden armor, servants bearing various offerings, and many famous and beautiful society girls. Other servants followed on foot, holding an umbrella, whisks, which is chamars, precious jewels, and other paraphernalia befitting a royal reception. Tears of love and joy streamed down Bharat's face as he hurried towards his elder brother and bowed down at his feet. Carefully placing Ram's sandals before him, Bharat rose with folded hands, and the two brothers embraced for a long time, bathing each other with tears. Then, with Sita and Lakshman, Ram offered his obeisance to the learned Brahmins and elders in his family. Finally, all of Ayodhya's citizens offered their obeisances to Ram. Ayodhya's citizens were eager to greet their long-absent king. They offered him flower garlands, waved their scarves, and danced exuberantly. Amid this jubilation, Ram reboarded his flower aeroplane as women and reciters sang hymns, glorifying him. He appeared like the moon surrounded by the stars and planets. Bharat walked in front, carrying his wooden sandals, while Sugriva and Vishan flanked him, holding excellent fans. Next to Ram walked Sita, holding a water pot with water from sacred rivers. Hanuman walked immediately behind them, shielding them both with a large white umbrella. Surrounding them were Shatrughna carrying a bow and quivers, Angad carrying a sword, and Jambavan carrying a golden shield. Arriving at the gate to Ayodhya, Bharat again formally welcomed Ram, who entered amidst great festivities. Dashrath's 3 queens greeted him within the palace. He made obeisance to all 3, including Kekai, while giving special attention to his mother Kaushalya. Next, he bowed to Vashisht, the family's spiritual master. Sita and Lakshman also made their obeisance. Finally, their friends greeted them and accompanied them into the inner chambers of the palace. Parikshit said it must have been a very great emotional time for Dashrath's 3 queens. Shukadev nodded. Since Bharat and Shatrughna had also lived in the forest outside the city for 14 years, none of the mothers had seen their sons for a long time. They had become almost unconscious with grief. They felt they had regained their lives when they saw their sons enter. They embraced their sons and, placing them on their laps, bathed them with their tears. They only released them when Vashisht said they must prepare for Ram's installation. First, he shaved off Ram's matted locks. Then, along with the family elders, he formally bathed Ram with many precious substances and water collected from the 4 seas. The bathing ceremony exactly resembled that performed for King Indra. Once he was bathed and clean-shaven, Ram dressed gorgeously and was adorned with costly ornaments and fragrant garlands. He shone brightly alongside his wife and brothers, who were similarly dressed and ornamented. Bharat then knelt and invited his brother to sit on Ayodhya's throne. In a choked voice, he said, "If you are pleased with me, if you believe that I have always remained your faithful servant, I beg you to accept the throne of Ayodhya now." Ram smiled and ascended the throne. For the entirety of his rule, he cared for the citizens exactly like a father, and the citizens fully engaged in their varnashram duties, accepting him in the same way. All this occurred in Treta Yuga, but because of his good governance, the age appeared like Satyuga. Everyone was religious and completely happy. The forests, rivers, hills, mountains, states, lands, and seas all supplied every necessity for life for all living beings. No one suffered either physically or mentally. No one experienced disease, old age, bereavement, lamentation, distress, fear, or fatigue. Even death did not approach those who did not want it. Ram vowed to accept only one wife and have no connection with other women. He was a saintly king, untinged by lust, anger, or envy. His character was exemplary. By his example, he taught good behavior in terms of varnashram to everyone, especially householders. Sita was also a model wife, submissive, faithful, shy, and chaste, always understanding her husband's mood. Her character, love, and service fully attracted Ram's mind. So we will read from chapter 11 next time, Lord Ram's pastimes. Thank you for joining. Hariam Tat Sat, Hare Krishna. And Pitru Paksh also start from today. Today is also full lunar eclipse. This eclipse is seen in most parts of the world, I think, except the US. So please chant and be happy. And it's said that you can hear or recite Narayan Kavach from Canto 6, Chapter 8 of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai.